Before dinner, I would like to quickly review 5 small fixed blade knives from my collection. When I say small, I mean 3 inches cutting edge or under, let's say. This one's right on 3 inches, and the others are all smaller. Now this I did not make, unlike all the others. So let's look at it first. Yeah, unfortunately I've scratched it up. Pretty sure that's D2 steel. A stone handmade. A Wharncliffe. Fixed blade Wharncliffe. Sway back handle. Kind of a stubby Wharncliffe, but it's undeniably a Wharncliffe by my lights. Lovely little whittler. I've got a piece of beech here. We can do some cutting. Not very sharp though. Here's a knife I made from an old Sheffield straight razor, gifted to me by Vinny Anfuso at the Greenfield Forge. And it has a buffalo horn, and this is a celluloid spacer. I just pick up the thing I just knocked on the floor. Here we go. Something reflective. It worked before. How can I get the right angle? I seem to be unable to demonstrate, but this is see-through. Well, you can see it there. Huh, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Celluloid. Old straight razor scales. Cherry burl on the handle. It's got a very rough finish on it, but I quite like it like this. It's grippy. A very slicey knife. Also a good whittler. Now, an excellent whittler. The little baby Mora. This was a piece of cherry wood that was kind of next to a big burl, like a little mini burl, really. It's kind of the whole thing. So you can see where the grain of the, the grain of the tree on this side, and the very outside of the burl with this chaos figuring. And yeah, again, this is buffalo horn from a razor scale, and this is a solid chunk off the tip. Really good whittler. Yeah, sublime. Does whatever you want it to do. Kind of weird whittling through a camera. I'll get used to it eventually. Then we got these tiny ones. I made this out of a Frost Cutlery pocket knife. It has a two-way tapered tang. These kind of somewhat nondescript brown liners. brass pins. And it's kind of a convexed high saber grind. Very scratchy looking on the light, but it cuts. Absolutely cuts. Got a wicked point on it. .440 stainless. And last and least in stature, now how about this handle scale? Isn't that nice, huh? I made a video very early on my channel about this material. I called it Emerald of the Woods. And it's naturally dyed. You find these little sticks and little pieces out in the woods. And somehow they get this green color. So I wanted to put a bone scale on this, first of all. I was going to use this. And then I thought, well, I'd like to put a liner. Or maybe I could use some of that green stuff and make a liner. Well, once I started whittling into it and I saw this grain, I thought, wow, maybe I'll just use that instead. It's like a natural camouflage, you know. It's got brown, green, black. So I used a trick I learned from Patriot Knife and Tool, pretty much from one of his videos, cyanoacrylate, because this wood is very soft and it crumbles. You know, this piece of wood, you could have probably pinched it between your fingers and just crumbled it like that. But it's loaded with cyanoacrylate and it just sucks it up. So it's highly stabilized. Very solid now. This little mark here was because I was sanding in, and you sand in far enough, you get through the cyanoacrylate layer. So I was testing, I dug my nail in, but now it's solid. Really solid. I mean, but does it whittle? Oh, my friends, for a small knife, it'll do some cutting. It's quite sharp. Chisel grind. Let's just take another look at this. I'm pretty excited about it. I got some more of this stuff kicking around. And there's more of it out in the woods too. I'm going to have to keep an eye out. Thanks for watching.